And everybody, welcome back to Game Day with Trey, man. And this is your reaction video to my top 8 centers of all time. All right. Now, I know it's a you know, little braggadocious for me, all right, to already be having a top 8 centers of all time that I put together that you are finna enjoy, and Face is gonna get a second to react. And yes, my name is Trey. That's my co-host Face. And y'all already know what it is, man. It's
What
Game Day
up,
with Trey.
world?
So let's get it in, right? Last night, after I gave my reaction to the game, I gave the world my list of the top 8 centers of all time with the
I
stats
want to
and
hear
why.
the bliss.
Okay.
I want to hear the bliss. Ha ha.
And my list starts off with number one, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, Laker great. Okay. Now, statistically, the reason that Kareem got there, he's got 6-time MVP, 2-time Finals MVP, 19-time All Star, 15-time All NBA selection, 10-time All D selection, Rookie of the Year, and 6 championships. Man, he got 6 chips. All right. He scores 24.6%, 24.6 points per game throughout his career, averaging 11.2 rebounds, 2.6 blocks per game, and that's on shooting 55.9% from the field. And that's over a 20-year career. All right, you got to respect what that man did, how that man came in, what everything he's done. He created a shot that nobody could stop. Nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yeah, Kareem, I put him at the top of that mountain. Now, there's going to be a little discussion about why he's at the top of the mountain versus a couple other people, but we gonna get to that when we get to that, man. Okay. So remember, number one, Kareem. Is there any comment, any rebuttal, any problem with Kareem being there? Or do you want to wait until I name a couple
Nah,
more
nah,
down the
nah.
list?
Kareem, all right. Go ahead. Kareem, all right. We're gonna see what your number two is. 'Cause I was gonna switch it
Hold up,
because
hold up. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. So, okay, world. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1 million with you on this. The reason that I'm putting this individual in this position that I'm putting in this position is because of all that he has accomplished throughout his career. It was unprecedented, and it's still unprecedented what this man has done. And we tempt ourselves with saying that he did these things against somebody else that was great. You know what I'm saying? So I give him the props for doing what he did against somebody that we say was great and two people that we said was great. That's on my list actually. But let's be honest and be clear about this, man. The time frame and the generation that this individual played in, was advantageous. But number two, I put Bill Russell. Okay. Now, Bill Russell is 11-time champion. He won a championship as a coach slash player, which just speaks even more to his leadership abilities and the greatness that this man had when he played. All right. Bill had 11 chips, uh, 5-time MVP, 12-time All Star, 11-time All NBA selection. Somehow, some way, he was only all defensive selection one time in 68,
the
69.
nigga ain't playing
Which,
no
hold up,
defense.
hold up, hold up,
He ain't
hold
playing no
up,
defense.
hold up, hold up, hold up. But that's what we speak about when we talk about him. When you watch video and you see what he did and you look at the numbers the man put up, he defense, dog. He wasn't as much offense as he was defense. And when Wilson went ran
Well,
against him, you know what I mean? It was game over. It was straight
you know what that
defense.
goes.
It was monkey
You
D.
know. You know what that goes to show though. back then, everybody played defense. You had some great defenders back then. If he had those numbers, just think about it. If he didn't make the list, hold on. If he didn't make the list, and you said that he played defense, that's a testament to he had to have some better defenders in the league. Not necessarily scores, but you had a lot of players back then probably hung their hat on defense because
Let me
they
give
couldn't score.
let me give you his numbers.
I'm just saying, if he played defense as good as you said, I don't really know.
So
I
what
never really
happened to
watched Bill
hold
Russell
on.
play.
So then hold on, man. Hold on. Okay. Let's pause for 1 second. I preface what I said with the fact that I give this man the credit for what he has accomplished numbers wise, I mean championship wise, leadership wise, what I've seen on film as far as his defense was concerned. But at the end of the day, who was he really playing against? Who is Wilt Chamberlain? Who is Wilt Chamberlain? I mean, he's on my list because it's a short list and there's not a lot of centers that have been great in the league. Okay, but who else was he playing against? Can't think
I
of
really,
you can't think of anybody
that's
else
before my
that
time.
was a center in the league that they talk of. Maybe George Mikan, but George Mikan was before both of them. George Mikan was a Laker before Wilt got there. All right, he was a Laker in the '50s. So what exactly? Who
So
exactly?
he was a Minnesota Laker. He
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
Minnesota Laker then.
yeah. He was a Minnesota Laker. All right, so and he's one of the greatest centers of all time, but he's only on there for posterity reasons. Just like how I just put Bill Russell up there for posterity reasons right now. Okay, because let's be honest, the guy that I got at number three, in my opinion, even with the amount of championships he got, eclipses this dude. But let me finish giving you Bill Russell because I give him that number two spot because I said number two last night. Now, as I'm sitting here right before you and we're discussing this, I am thinking about moving him from that two to where he really should be, which would be a three. Okay, because I'm gonna give you his numbers. So Bill Russell,
Hold on.
I gave you
How
all
can
his
you
all.
move the man with 11?
Hold on,
You can't
I'll
move
give
the
you a
man with
reason why.
11
I'm gonna give
championships.
you a reason why. I'm gonna give you a reason why because at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you multiple reasons why. See, I'm the type of host or the type of individual that will not only give you the debate or the argument for what I'm feeling, but I will give you the debate or argument against what I'm feeling too. All right, because I'm gonna give you the blood raw honesty about how I'm feeling about the situation and the conversation. And as me and you sit and discuss the greatest centers of all time. And I'm going over this list with you, and I'm talking about what Bill Russell has done. And I'm looking at the stats. The man only averaged 15 points a game, 22.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, shooting 44% from the field. Now, he was only like 6'8", 6'9", but there wasn't nobody else big out there anyway. And every time he met Wilt, he dogged Wilt. Okay, the only reason them two on the list is because of who they are and and what they've done. But at the end of the day, all right, this dude that I'm finna put as number three, this dude is really should be probably number two. And his name is Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was not only one of the most dominant centers of all time, okay, throughout his era, playing against centers by the likes of Hakeem
One of the dominant,
Olajuwon. What?
he
Hold
is
on.
the ultimate. He is
Let
the
me finish.
ultimate.
I'm explaining to you why he's dominant. Okay. Shaquille O'Neal played against centers of the likes of Patrick Ewing, centers of the likes of David Robinson, centers of the likes of Hakeem Olajuwon, centers of the likes of Dikembe Mutombo, big men by the likes of Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman,
Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning. Okay, it's like the Horace Grant. All right, like Sabonis, Arvidas Sabonis, Rick Smits. Okay, like he played against some
It ain't.
big men, brother. You know what I
And guess
mean?
what though, Trey? And guess
Sam
what? I don't mean
Perkins.
to cut you off, but think about this here. It ain't even the people that he played against. It's the fact that he actually made the NBA go and change their rules.
Oh, we didn't even
Them
get to that
people
part yet,
who
bro.
the star here.
You gotta
He
pause for a
changed the
second.
rules.
You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish on my diatribe of why I selected these individuals. Okay, all right. They didn't just change the rules because of Shaq. They changed the design of the stadium because of Shaq. Shaq tore down two stadiums, okay, as a Orlando Magic. When he tore down the stadium in New Jersey, I mean, when I say tore down the stadium, he tore down the stadium. Okay, half the stadium came down. All right, when he brought that rim down, and then I can't remember where it was in the other one, but he did it another time too. And that time he did it just to prove a point to let them know that it wasn't a fluke. Okay, we talking about the most dominant center of our era
of
and
all time.
possibly of all time. Okay,
I ain't
Th-
listen. We're not saying he's the best. We're saying
yeah,
he's the most
most
dominant.
dominant. Yes,
Ain't
yes.
nobody. Ain't,
Ain't nobody
he's in
done
the
that.
apex.
Man, let me give you the
He's
numbers,
the
man.
apex.
Let me give you the numbers, man. Let me give you the numbers, man. Okay, so three-time finals. Oh, yeah, he's a one-time MVP, three-time finals MVP, 15-time All-Star, 14-time All-NBA selection, three-time All-Defensive selection, and Rookie of the Year. He's got four championships: 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2006. Career stats: 23.7 points per game, 10.9 rebounds per game, 2.3 blocks per game, and shooting 58.2% from the field. All right. When you talk about people, what they talk about Shaq, Broussard said, surprisingly nimble and athletic, he is the biggest, most powerful force the game has ever known. He won four titles, and some think he still underachieved. That's how good he was.
I agree. Because when you force a league to change their rules because the way that you play the game, that says a whole lot.
Yep.
So far as the numbers, sometimes he had trouble with his free throw shooting, but when you talking about dominance, and he's the apex predator. Shaq is
Apex.
the apex when
Yeah.
it comes
Shaq
to
was an
dominating
apex
the
predator
game.
at his time.
From
He was the T
he
Rex of
was,
his time. He was the megalodon of his time.
Shaq,
So
man.
you see why I got Shaq there, man. So we at number three right now. That's three down. Okay. Number four, Hakeem Olajuwon. All right. Now, Hakeem Olajuwon gets on this list for multiple reasons. And he gets in this position at fourth, no matter what, for multiple reasons. First and foremost, the previous center that we just spoke about, Shaquille O'Neal, the only time that you saw him humiliated was against Hakeem Olajuwon. And Hakeem Olajuwon is who forced Shaq to turn into the beast and the dominant force that he turned into. Now, he was already a beast and already dominant, but Shaq kind of went to a whole nother level when he went out to LA because he understood what it took to actually get a championship and get that ring. All right, because of what Hakeem did to him in the final.
Akeem took Akeem took him to school. He
Yeah.
really schooled Shaq on the finesse game. He schooled Shaq on the footwork. It's just like he opened Shaq's eyes to like whoa, because when Shaq thought he thought it was him only
Mm-hmm.
until Hakeem Olajuwon showed him a different type of game. He finessed Shaq. He showed Shaq how to beat a person with their mind, and Shaq had to respect it. And I know that that's part of the reason why Shaq came back and played the way he played. Because when a person do you like that, you'll
Yeah.
never forget it. You never
Never
forget it.
forget it.
But you could do one or two things though. You can learn from it, push forward, and become that power, or you can allow it to put you in and dim your light. Shaq chose the first. Shaq took that in, took that hurt, took that pain, take that lesson, and he learned from it. So everybody
And
after that felt
yeah,
it. Everybody after Hakeem felt it.
it's got to be. Yeah,
So
got to be fifth because the King.
and after
When you talking about somebody that got two MVPs, a two-time Finals MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, 12-time All-Star, 12-time All NBA selection, nine-time All Defensive selection. Nine, like nine. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the
Hey, and
dude that
another thing,
when you want to go learn footwork right now, still to this day, who you go see? Who you go see?
that's what I was gonna say. Kobe actually went to him during the summer and learned a lot of footwork, and
Man,
it
Kobe
came
went
into
to him.
play.
Go ahead, go ahead.
It came into play when they was playing the Boston Celtics. Rajon Rondo was out rebounding the Lakers bigs, Andrew Bynum, Paul Gasol, all
Andrew
our
the Bum
players. He
Bynum.
was out
And
rebounding.
call him what he is. Andrew the Bum Bynum.
And guess what Kobe did? Kobe said, listen, this is what you do. I'm going to slide to the three. Put Sasha Vujacic and
Yep,
Jordan Farmar at the top.
yep.
Kobe had 16 rebounds that game.
Mm-hmm.
16 rebounds.
Hold up.
Because he took the time out.
You forget about how he won the title. It wasn't just because he made that move and made that step to get those 16 rebounds. The final game against the Boston Celtics. Okay, when we won that finals, brother, he led the team in assists, double digit assists. Kobe Bryant does not pass the ball, man. Kobe Bryant only gave us like 21 to 23 points that game. But there was the assist, crucial assist to Artest, crucial assist to Paul Gasol that
But,
really, like when he hit Ron Artest in the corner, you know what I'm talking about.
you know, you know the key to Kobe? You got to know the key to Kobe passing the ball? Kobe has to trust you.
Yeah.
One thing about it, he's not gonna pass it to you if he can't trust you. I
Hmm.
know that for a fact, and and any time if I'm the superstar player, I'm supposed to stop the bleeding. Cause guess what? When we win, they're gonna give me most of the credit. When we lose, they're gonna give me a lot of the flack. So guess what? I'm gonna put this team on my back. I need y'all just to come in when you can. But when it comes to the tough shots and the shots that I feel like he's supposed to take it. And I feel like all superstars are supposed to have that kind of like that mindset. If I know that I'm the top dog, I know why would I put that pressure on somebody else to do something that I could do. If not, now, if you play with me long enough, and I know that I can trust you to take these type of shots, he'll give him the ball. I know that about Kobe. He really ain't a selfish player to the point where he don't like to pass. He just don't like to miss opportunities.
Hmm.
Kobe, you dig what I'm saying? If it's me or you, I'd rather me shoot it. But now if I give you the ball and you make, even if you miss a shot or you take the right shot, Kobe will give you the ball. Darren Fisher gave him the ball. Robert Ory gave him the ball. I'm talking about in big situations. And the dude was rock solid when he did it. And that's
Yeah.
how they earned that trust from him. So you got to be able to trust your players in order for a person to be unselfish. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe said he's
Hmm.
not really a selfish basketball player. He just want to win. He don't like to lose. And at the end of the day, if I feel like
Nobody
that, that's
likes to
how I feel
lose,
about
brother.
LeBron.
Nobody
That's
likes to
how I feel like
lose.
LeBron. It's the fourth quarter. There's no way all these other guys are gonna be taking shots and I'm gonna disappear in the fourth quarter.
Listen,
It
man.
ain't no way.
Faith. You know and I know. Everybody ain't got the dog in them, man. Every single person out there. And I'm not saying anything bad. Like I always say, I'm not saying anything disparaging or anything wrong about LeBron James's game. I love LeBron's game. Like I love his game. He is a facilitator. He
I
can
don't.
score when he hold up. I said his game. I didn't say how he execute the game. All right. I like the man's
And
game. I like the ability that he has. I like the when you look at prime LeBron was draining threes. Prime LeBron was getting in the cup and then sitting in that seat playing D, monkey D, slapping off the backboard. He could cover all five positions. He would back people
whoa,
down. I'm talking prime time LeBron. I'm
whoa,
talking prime time LeBron.
whoa,
Yeah, prime
no,
LeBron. Prime
no,
LeBron. Yes.
no. Listen,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you one of LeBron's problems. He
I
did
said
like to bring it
prime.
back to the
Prime
basket.
LeBron. Not
This is what
problem.
I'm saying.
Prime.
This would have been
The problem,
LeBron
he's old, man.
all the way. No, I'm saying before then, LeBron never liked to play with his back to the basket.
I
Just like when you
know.
say, just like you say, JJ Barrera is never supposed to be able to guard you
Look,
because all you're supposed to do is go to the post,
that's why I'm
and ain't no
saying.
way to guard.
That's why I'm saying prime LeBron. Prime LeBron was backing people down after what happened to him in that Maverick series. Okay, he wasn't playing. He was backing people down, and then the very next year after he started backing people down, all of a sudden he started being able to shoot threes, and he could never shoot threes. And all of a sudden, he was shooting threes. Now, I'm not saying he was the best at threes, but for him to start making threes was a double threat because he was taking it to the cup like no other at that point in time. And then he was on the other end playing defense and playing against your best player and playing defense. And he
LeBron,
giving buckets
I
to
say
everybody. It didn't matter who you put on
LeBron,
him. They gave people
LeBron,
finals MVPs for LeBron averaging 30 points a game. They did that twice.
hey, hey, hey,
Because
LeBron,
you held LeBron
LeBron
to
is a
30 points a game, they gave finals
LeBron,
MVP.
LeBron is LeBron is a good help defender. I don't think LeBron is a good one-on-one defender. I think LeBron is a good help defender. He'll come off his man and run you down, and as
Yeah,
far
I'm
as
not
locking
talking. Hold up,
down,
I'm not talking about the flashy run you down. I'm talking about when. Remember when LeBron James, and we're digressing right now, and I'll get back to what I'm supposed to be on. But listen, you got to hear this. Remember when LeBron James had to go cover Derrick Rose when Derrick Rose was snapping on Chicago, snapping for Chicago, and they had to. And Spoelstra had to take LeBron and put him on Derrick Rose and let Derrick Rose lock him down. Then Derrick Rose start BSing, and they and no, not Jokic and Noah. Oh man, because that was right before no Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets coming off the bench and doing his thing. And guess who blocked him down? LeBron. Then you get to the next series, okay? When D Wade was snapping against Indiana. I mean, snapping. D Wade was doing his thing. But guess who was playing defense against Stevenson? Guess who was playing defense against Paul George? Guess who would go down there and play defense against the big boy? Guess who was doing all that? That was LeBron. LeBron was doing that, man. Okay. Then when you get to like,
well,
I could tell you the points when the man was in his prime. I'm not saying that he gave you this all the time. I'm not saying he gave you this year after year. But there were certain years, there were certain for certain years within LeBron James' career. If you get the prime LeBron, man, his game was phenomenal, man. I'm not putting that. I'm not saying I put his game over. You know who I call the greatest. So it is his name is not M and J, even though it's the same initials. You feel me? All right, you know who I like. But let's get back to where we're supposed to be at, man. So we left off right now on Hakeem Olajuwon. All right, we know he's number 4. Now we're at number 5. Okay. Remember, there's only 8 on this list. So the list is getting rather short. There's only certain people that can be picked right now. And at number 5 is where I finally slide in Wilt Chamberlain. Now, once again, he's somebody else who gets on my list because of his past and what you read about him, and because I have only watched a little video, just like I've only watched a little video of the Boston Celtics, but I have read about this man a lot. I'm not very pleased with the things that I read because I think that if you're 7'1", 7'2", you can jump over the building because you literally was the guy who did the high jump in the Olympics at one point and some other stuff. And like, no, there's no, you're playing against a whole bunch of, and look, this is not to go at anybody or to make anybody feel bad about who they are or anything like that, but you're playing against a whole bunch of white boys back in the 50s that were basically plumbers and my height. Okay, and you're 7 foot tall. That's how you get 100 points. But anyway, Wilt Chamberlain is on the list, and he gets to be number 5. Okay, and it's only for that purpose that he gets to be number 5 because of all that stuff. So we got 2 titles. All right, from Wilt. You got 30.1 points per game, 22.9 rebounds, 4.4 assists, shooting 54% from the field. 4-time MVP, one-time Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 10-time All NBA selection, two-time All Defensive selection, and Rookie of the Year. And that's from 1959 to 74. So he's at number 5. So I guess you agree with that one. So we keep moving. Now we get to the nitty gritty. Number 6. Now, the reason I put number 6 at where I put number 6 is for multiple reasons. First and foremost, this is the most well traveled center in the NBA history. All right. He is a Hall of Famer. He is the great. He is Moses Malone. Okay. Moses Malone, throughout his career, gave you a 3-time MVP. He had finals MVP one time. He's a 12-time All Star, 8-time All NBA selection, 2-time All Defensive selection, with one championship, averaging 20.3 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, shooting 49.5% from the field. If you want to hear what some people said about him, if you just listen to what Broussard has said about him, Broussard said he's the king of lunch bucket basketball. He was an incomparable force on the offensive glass and teamed with Dr. J to make the 83 Sixers one of the greatest teams of all time. Really, the 83 Sixers is why I put him on the list, just because I've watched a lot of film on the Sixers back in the day, especially as a Laker fan. So I've watched a lot of the finals. I watched a lot of Dr. J, and Moses was like that, man. So I put him at number 6. Okay, number 7 on the list. Salute to the Admiral. All right, David Robinson. Okay. Now, David Robinson did play alongside Tim Duncan for a couple years and did get his titles next to Tim Duncan. He also did play alongside Dennis Rodman at one point. But you got to understand, this is a 7'1" lefty, okay, in the league that was a stretch center before there were stretch centers. All right, him and Akeem were really stretch centers before it was vogue thing to be a stretch center. All right, they were shooting threes. They could hit they could hit the boards. They could play defense. If you just want to know about some of the numbers, some of the accomplishments that this man has, he's a one-time MVP, 10-time All-Star, 10-time All NBA selection, 8-time All Defensive selection, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and of course Hall of Famer with 2 championships, one in '99 and 2003. Um, Averaged 21.1 points per game, 10.6 rebounds, 3 blocks, shot 51.8% from the field, and yes, he served in the Navy. Okay, so you got to salute, dude, man. He a soldier for real, for real. His name is David the Admiral Robinson, and that's number 7. And now at number 8, the one everybody been waiting for, the one who just made the list for the first time ever in his career. 48 hours ago, this person wasn't on the list. 72 hours ago, this person wasn't on the list. 365 days ago, this person wasn't on the list. But now, the one, the only, White Will, Joker. Now, Joker's numbers
Hey,
ain't off the chain like that right now. They're 20 points a game. He
but
is averaging
I
like
still,
12 rebounds per game over his career, over the 7 years he's played. He is a
I,
two-time MVP. He should have won MVP this year. Shouldn't have been Joel
I
Embiid.
still,
And
I still have to put, I still have to put him over David Roberts. Just so,
just because he by
my,
himself versus what David Robinson
oh
had with Tim Duncan,
no, it's the way that I might put him over a couple of the other ones because the way that he, like I say,
the way
Shaq
he
is the
performed.
most dominant center ever. But Joker dominates the game in different ways.
Yeah,
He's doing so many, like I told you, I'm stuck on a assist. You got some guards out there,
they can't do
pure
this.
point guard, playing point guard, don't average 10 assists a game.
Man, remember
So
when we was
if your big can facilitate like that and he shoot the three, at a higher clip than a lot of these guards and everybody else. Hey man, I have to put I would have to put Joker ahead of David Robinson.
Look, I
Got
can
to.
respect that. But look, I can go one further, right? Because no, I can't. I can only give him above David Robinson at this point in time, just because of the fact that you got to win another championship. David Robinson did have a tactical advantage. He had the fundamental. He had the greatest power forward of all time.
He had a
He had
twin
Tim Duncan.
tower.
Yeah, and he had
He
Tim
had a
Duncan, the greatest power forward of all time. I'm not mincing words on that. I'm being keeping it clear. The greatest power forward of all time. Yes, he played center, but he also was a power forward when he was with David
four. Yeah,
Robinson.
he came out of power forward.
Exactly. So you got to respect that man and put him at the position that he was. He's the greatest power forward of all time. If you can come up with one better, please tell me in the comments. I will respond. Look, by the way, I'm waiting for one of y'all to get in these comments and really get at me or get at face, try to explain something to us that you disagree with. Because at the end of the
Boy,
day, at the end of the day, I stand on everything I say and believe what come out my
boy, we can
mouth.
talk about it, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I
We can talk
believe what
about
come
it,
out my
boy.
mouth. So if at any point in time y'all want to talk or conversate or converse, all right, we will go back and forth with you. We will give you an opportunity. We might even invite you on the podcast. You know what I mean? If you really and truly have a gift of gab and an understanding of the game. But so now you've heard the top eight centers of all time. You see Face's reactions, Face is outside of the swap with Jokic and David Robinson. Like, remember, we did discuss that Wilt could probably come down a little bit. We did discuss that Bill could actually come down a little bit. Where's the opportunity for Jokic to overpass those two men? What does he have to do?
To pass Will and who?
And,
Will.
and Bill Russell.
It'll be hard for me to put too many people ahead of Bill Russell for the simple fact he has 11 championships,
Titles.
and this one all players play for. So if you
Yeah.
go by, if he say, "Oh, I got 6 rings," Robert Orr, I got 7. This man got 11.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. But Joker, I don't feel like he's gonna really be able to move up too much on that list because I feel like he don't have a whole bunch of years left in the tank. You feel what I'm saying? Even though he young, he got that type of body makeup where once he get injured and you feel what I'm saying, foot
Yeah.
injury, anything like that, it'll be hard for him to bounce back. But if he continues to play the way that he's playing and he continues to keep a team around him, it ain't no telling how far he'll go. But to be honest with you, I don't even see him repeating. Everybody say, I don't see him repeating. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Cinderella season for them. Just like for Miami, but y'all, you never won it before. This is something that never happened to you before. Even though you got a good team around you, everybody knows when you start winning championships, you have to lose players. You start losing players, then you have to retool. And that's what I'm saying about Mike Malone. I don't know how great he really is as a coach. Now we start seeing these pieces getting swapped in and out, and it continues to be this type of performance from his team, then I start considering him as a basketball mind coach or a great coach. Because even Spo had me feeling like he was the Zen. You feel me? Young dude. But last night I really questioned why not? Like why and he might know something I don't know. But to me, I can't see putting that dude in the game. So if Joker get a couple more championships, then we'll start trying to move him up. Even though the dude playing at a phenomenal clip, it's like it's unprecedented. But these dudes they already earned their key. You feel what I'm saying? They already earned their key. So you got to do a lot to get them out the way. You got to do as much as they have done, put together a body of work that you could compare to this other body. See, certain time people think you talking bad about these players, but at the same time, they have to put together the body of work so we could have an overall picture. Because every dog got his day. The garbage can gets a whole chicken every now and then. So you feel
Yo,
what I'm saying?
that's big
So
facts.
hey, I salute y'all. Y'all played well, but it's hard to repeat in the NBA. Because like I said, you got teams that's going to gear up and build teams to try to beat y'all. People gonna be building teams to beat them. We need 216. We need this. So trying to repeat, we'll see. Because I think this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if they would have went against Giannis and the Bucks, they would have had a chance, a real good possibility of losing. I'm not gonna say that about the 76ers because they had James Harden. I just feel like he in
Hey, there
Tampa.
was no chance for
He's a
James Harden to be making
natural.
it no championship, man. James
James
Harden wasn't
Harden is a
making it no
natural
championship, man.
dribble the ball. Jay Harden need to go
Hold
back to
up. I got a
Arizona
question.
State.
I got a question. Was the championship in the strip club? Because if the championship in the
Huh?
strip club, was the championship in the strip club? Do they actually have a championship in the strip club? Because I'm sure they do have it at some strip club somewhere down in Houston. Probably the same one that
Well,
they got his jersey hanging up in at. And I believe that like that's the only championship he gonna actually get. The only place his jersey might actually get hung up because they ain't hanging it up in Houston. He ain't done enough there. They ain't hanging it up in OKC. All right, they ain't gonna hang it up
you, he
in
could definitely
Brooklyn.
he could
They ain't
definitely
gonna hang it
feel
up in
champagne
Philly.
getting he could definitely feel champagne getting poured on him in the strip club. But he'll never he gotta go and find a team that's already there. And he might mess it up. If
He
Jay
will
Harden
mess
go
it
to
up.
a
It's not a
contender,
might. He will. He will. That's what he does.
and guess what? The dude had a great season for his assists and he played a little more. But Jay Harden to me, I don't like it. I don't like his game. He's slow. He cry too much. He hold the ball too much. The ball stick too much with him. He got to dribble the air out the ball before he look the pass. Come on, man. That's why Doc Rivers probably want to slap him right now.
Oh no, Doc Rivers definitely want to slap him. And on a side note, let's go ahead and get into that real quick, okay? Because I know the time is of the essence, and everyone's time is important. So I'll go ahead and give it to y'all like this. Doc Rivers has come out and done an interview um, with Mark Stein and from ESPN and a couple other people, and he discussed the fact that he had to talk Joel Embiid into playing basketball every night. Every night they had a game, he would have to talk him into playing. Okay. And with James Harden, he said he literally had to try to teach James Harden to pass the ball effectively, not pass the ball for your own personal gain, but pass it effectively with intention. Okay, meaning getting other people involved. He said James Harden was so good at playing that one way that it was hard to get him to stop playing that way and understand that, first off, you're getting older and you can't play that same way no more. Second off, you got players to pass the ball to. You need to pass the ball. And he said
And
he's
you
just
know
getting
why?
through. He said, I'm just now getting through to James Harden on this,
And
and
you
now
know
I'm
why he
gone.
had to talk Joel into playing? You know why he had to
Good.
talk Joel into playing every night? Because he knew he had to play on side of him. Man, I don't want to go out there. Joel, just go out there. Man, I'm not going out there with hard tonight. Just go and play, man. You feel me? That probably was the discussion. He didn't want to play with that ball.
Hey,
For real, man.
he should have stuck with Jimmy Buckets and tried to fight for Jimmy Buckets. He had several opportunities, man. I have no cut card for Joel Embiid at all. All right, he's had
Hey,
several opportunities to be a successful player in this league, and he's let me down on every corner. Whether it be with the ankle or with the foot injuries consistently and load management all the way from the beginning of your career to now, whether it be where you still playing 60 points, 60 games a year, whether it be the fact that in this past playoff, you didn't show up in the final game. You want to pass the ball when really and truly, and not pass the ball. I'm sorry, you got the ball and then pass it away. You didn't take one shot in the final 7 minutes of the game in the final game of your series against Boston. All right, where were you at? What were you doing? Why didn't you get the ball? Like, I know somebody can call timeout. You got two hands, but man, it is what it is. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know, man, and give you a sneak preview for what we finna talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can expect news on what exactly is going on with Dame Lillard and the trade offers, where Bradley Beal could possibly end up, and what exactly is going on between Charlotte and the Pelicans that involves a possible 6'5", 250 pound, 245 pound man child. Tune in for tomorrow, you guys, and you can find out exactly what's going on. We will give you an update, and please be on the lookout for the shorts. I got some of those coming as well. You will see my man face. This your man Trey. We out. Peace.
Peace. I gotta take